All right, everyone. Here we are with ticker symbol NIO, NEO Inc. And before I jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all my first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to my channel, Invest for Tomorrow. I hope you guys find this video helpful and informative. And to all my subscribers, I want to say thank you for recognizing my efforts as well as your feedback and commenting down below, helping each other when you guys have questions and you guys have the knowledge and want to share it with others. I really appreciate that. It speaks high volumes of the community that we're building so that we can all learn, grow together, maximize profits, and minimize losses. Let's jump into this chart. So this was a wild ride today. So this has fallen since the 27th last week at 1976, below the 50-day moving average. It was in bearish territory, and the bears definitely dominated this early in the day to the point that it fell down to 1686. And from 1686, it just rose back up to highs of 1985. I know a lot of people have been commenting, buy the dips, buy the dips. And if you are bullish for this company and see a bright future for it, buying the dips will reward you in the long run. But that's if you're bullish. If you see this company growing and having great potential, which the potential is there, and we can just see it in its charts. This is such a healthy, natural way of growing. It's not like it's just jumping up, and it hit a new high of about 21.96. I mean, excuse me, $21, not 21.96. That's 20.96. $21. It hit a natural high of that highest peak, and from there it kind of dipped. And here we're back at 1923, having a recovery for the bulls, crossing the 50-day moving average. But if we just go back as far as how this chart lets us go. You could see it's had its ups and downs, and this is way back when we were at $5 and hitting lows of 225 in April, and it's just naturally been growing, and a lot of people are highly motivated, especially investors that are motivated by the EV industry. A lot of investors are guided by Tesla's um, obviously behavior and how it's doing in the market. And also, a lot of people were probably just taking profits from this high and it came to an end. The bears got exhausted and the bulls reappeared. They found this to be cheap or obviously a good price to jump in, load up on stocks, and brought this back up by $2. Let's go ahead and see the new levels of resistance and support. So you can clearly see how resistance was broken through, but it got neglected and it fell below it just a bit. And you can clearly see how support here, based off of this one candlestick in the 30-minute chart, that definitely confirms it was used, and that's when it took off. From this point forward, we went up in this direction and it created this move, as we can see here, as I point out in the arrow, from this point to this point where we're at now. So we're definitely going to see how this continues to play out the rest of the week and what are the resistance levels and support levels we want to keep in mind. So the resistance level here is the highest point it reached in the day, and that is slightly above the closing price, and that's 19, I'd say 1982, 1983. There you go, 1983. And our support is slightly above the 50-day moving average, and it's 1903. So closing price 1923, 1903 is our support. If the bears are able to cross through 1903, there is a window of uncertainty here between the 50-day moving average of 1865. I'd write that down. As long as the stock stays above 1865, the bulls are in control and they can continue to work their way up to newer highs. But if it gets crossed, now we're back in bearish territory, and the bears are starting to take this one back into control in their hands. Now, if it does cross the 50-day moving average, does not mean that the bears have won control, but it's on its way down to newer lows. And that can mean and signify that the bears are gaining the upper hand. But before getting to the 50-day moving average of 1865, the bears have to cross 1903, which is our support here. And if this support gets broken through, as I said, there's an area of uncertainty between 50-day moving average and support. The bulls can reappear here if the bears cross through it and bring this one back up. So I'd pay very close attention to the behavior if 1903 gets crossed and see how quickly is it moving and how quickly is it breaking through the 50-day moving average, because if it makes it down to the 50-day moving average, the bears are gaining the upper hand. Even if the bulls were to reappear anywhere in this area, they're going to have to cross the 50-day moving average again and work their way up to cross through the support to start to gain a rally for the bulls. So that is something that's going to signify that the bears are with the upper hand and have the leverage at that point if they broke through the 50-day moving average and the support. But I want to emphasize, just pay very close attention in this area between 1903 and 1865, the behavior of this stock. How quickly is it moving down? Is it kind of sideways, hanging out? Have the bulls reappeared? Because these are 30 minutes. You can put the 15-minute, the 5-minute chart as you're seeing it during the day, or even the 1 minute, and just see how many more candlesticks of bears are there, which are the red candlesticks, and how many more bulls, or if any bullish candlesticks, which are green, are popping up, to see if this has a recovery or if it's going to continue to hit newer lows. Now, on the other spectrum, for this to hit newer highs and continue the rally that it actually built here, and it created a momentum and leveled off, is 1983. The bulls want to break through 1983. It's the highest point of the day, and it got rejected, and it closed out on 1923. So that is a 60-cent difference. The bulls need to work their way up and get there. Once they break through 1983, they want to turn this into a support so they can break through newer highs and reach newer resistance levels. I hope you guys found this video helpful and informative. Hope it means you all well. Hit the subscribe button, but don't forget to click on the bell if you learned something new. Don't forget to hit the like button and let me know you watched this video, and share this with your friends and community. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.